So, if y'all remember, I was saying that we was gonna have a snow day. It's time, baby, it's time. I got that one out there. I'm trying to get the bolt for the camera to put it on the front. I don't know what I did with it. I got a driver. I got my car all set up. I'm about to turn this one on. I got to put air in the tires real quick. So that's what we're about to do. And then we're going to get to it. We're going to get busy. Finally, I know, it's been a while, but I got something for y'all. We're going to get the cold start real quick. Let me pop this fuse in the trunk real quick. Daddy bet bird. Open this up, get some air in here so I ain't killing myself. Let's get the cold start, baby. Let's get the cold start. It's been so long, I know. Oh, I'm excited for this. I'm gonna get some air in the tires, and then I'm gonna get this thing on the road, and we'll start filming. All right, y'all. So as you guys can see, the roads are bad, bro. The roads are bad. The Crosstrek is going through this no problem. I'm obviously taking it slow because I'm around a really, really crazy curve, as you can see right now. But the Crosstrek is going right through this, no issues. I don't know if the Lexus is going to be able to get through this. So the Lexus may or may not come out. I'm going to try to take it out, but I don't know if it's going to be for a long time or a short time because the Crosstrek is making it, but I don't know. I just don't see the Lexus doing as good as this Crosstrek right now. So bear with me. We're going to see what we get. I'm definitely going to get some clicks of the Subaru, the Crosstrek doing some donuts and stuff. And then we'll see if the Lexus makes it out and we'll go from there. So as you can see, we are in the snowstorm. It is bad out here. Right now I'm going about 50. And mind you, you guys know I go pretty quick in these snowstorms. Normally I'm doing about the speed limit and having no issues. Well, doing 60 is pretty sketchy in this right now. It's not so much that the Subaru can't handle it, but there's already grooves in the snow. So if you hit the grooves, the car kind of goes off track. You want to stay in the tracks, obviously, to try to keep as much traction as possible from the other cars that have already passed along. Unfortunately, it's creating little ice divots. So I got to be mindful. I have passed a few cars in the fast lane doing about 60, but it does get pretty hairy. And the car does want to kind of like not want to go straight, but it goes straight nonetheless. We've been managing, and as you can see, you can barely see the road. On the camera, it looks much better than it actually is in person. This is a severe snowstorm. I just say severe because in other places this might not be that severe. This is pretty bad. This is definitely bad for where I'm at, but other places get worse than this and they handle it. If you're mindful, you'll be all right. As long as you're not an idiot, you should be all right. I'm kind of an idiot, so I should be all right, but that doesn't mean that I might not spin the car out or something like that. So just if you're going out in the snow, please don't take this as an example. Drive at your own risk. Please do not involve anybody else. Be safe on the road. Do what you got to do. If you can, stay off the road. Don't be like me. But yeah, the Crosstrek is handling great. I don't know if the Lexus is going to make it out. This snow is pretty bad. I don't think that the Lexus is going to be able to handle this. It'll go, but I don't know how much it will steer. This is, mind you, again, the Crosstrek has snow studded tires, so this car is driving fairly decent in this snow. But with the Lexus, it's all seasons. I do not think it's going to do much. I don't even know if we'll make it out of my lot, if I'm being honest. So I know I told you guys I was going to get more snow clips. I don't think I'm going to get more snow clips with the Lexus. I'll definitely get some more snow clips of this car. But as far as the Lexus coming out, I am not quite sure yet. Bear with us. I got my boy Carlito. He's going to be in the truck just in case I need to get pulled out anywhere. And then I'm going to have my other boy Dent, who's going to be filming and hopefully in this Subaru so that I can be in the Lexus. And yeah, we'll see. So this is the worst right here. As you can see, they haven't plowed this yet, and it is bad. The Subaru is handling it. It's actually handling it better than with the grooves because now it's making its own tracks. But this is really, really bad for somebody that's in a regular car, like a commercial car, in a normal passenger car with regular tires all seasons. I don't know if they're making this. You'd have to go really, 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 really slow. I'm doing about 35, 40 right now. And mind you, this is highway. This is really supposed to be like a 50. And I'm only going 30, 40. So that's how bad it is right now. And mind you, that's fast for right now. Nobody else is going as fast as I'm going right now. This is like a slight curve. Luckily, I know this road because if you didn't know this road, you would be off the road right now. This is like a weird, narrow off-ramp, and if you weren't familiar with the area, you might be in a ditch somewhere right now. They did not clear this at all. They don't even have lights over here, which is pretty bad. As you can see, it says left lane ends. This is a very weird off-ramp. But yeah, no, this is bad, man. You can barely see in front of you, too. I can see probably like 20 feet in front of me right now. You guys can see a little further than I can. The camera seems to have a little bit better vision than I do, but not in terms of like clearness, but just in terms of like, I don't know why, but you can see more through the fog on the camera. But yeah, no, I can see about 20 to 30 feet in front of me, and that's about it. My headlights are on, but you can't see much. Those are the high beams. You can see the difference, but for me, it doesn't make too much difference. Again, the camera's seeing better than I can. But, all right, we're gonna get back to it and see if we get to the Lexus. Ain't going nowhere. We tried. Probably just going around in the truck. The truck's taking it no problem, obviously. Look, look, here he comes. Oh, understeer. Uh-oh. We're waiting for this to defrost. I can't see nothing right now. I probably just made it worse by opening the window. Here he comes again. More understeer. It's too deep now, to be honest, to do anything fun. Right now, I'm just like in the middle of first gear, doing donuts. We're literally just chilling. There's not that much to do. It looks like I'm gonna give up at this point because I ain't really gonna get no clips doing stuff like this. But as you can see, we can't see shit out the windshield. I don't even know where I'm going. Carlito's right there. He's chilling. I'm sorry, y'all. That's all I got for y'all.
So something happened. I'm just like after work right now. This ain't even me actually doing anything right now. This is after the fact. But yeah, I lost my bumper. How do you ask? It's a long story. It's really not. It's funny because I went all this driving. Hold on. Okay, so this is after the fact now. As you guys can see, we had some fun. I know I didn't get that many clips of the SC. As you guys can see, it did not make it out the second time around. The first snow, it made it out. Wasn't that bad. Then the second time, we got a snowstorm, and it was about 2 feet of snow. It honestly would have made it on the roads and it would have been fine, but my lot that I have the car in was, the lot wasn't plowed, so it was literally like 1.5 feet of snow. And as soon as I drove it out, as you guys can see, it just rolled straight in the snow. It bottomed out the whole car, and the wheels weren't even touching the ground, so there was no way I was making out that lot. I was trying to at least get it to do donuts in the lot, but it wouldn't even move. It wouldn't even turn, nothing. So we ended up just pulling it back in, so I didn't get that many clips of it. Even the Subaru was having a hard time in that lot. It did fine. It could get through everything, but it was just bad. So the other issue I had with the Subaru would get through everything, but the windshield was getting so fogged up, and the reason for that being was because the snow was coming down so fast. And this is only when we were going like low speeds. We were doing like donuts and stuff. The snow would get on the wipers, and it would literally freeze immediately, and then the ice would wipe all over the windshield, and it would cause condensation. Once we got back on the road and actually got up to speed, everything would heat back up, and most of the snow would come off, and then it would clear the windshield. But we couldn't do anything like tight, because one, we didn't have the space, and two, I couldn't see anything. With the condensation. So that's what ended up happening. I did have a driver for all the stuff like with the SC and stuff like that. Got to do some pretty cool stuff. I drove it a little bit just to get it to like point A to point B. We even forgot to put the plate on for when we filmed the first time with the other camera. The other camera didn't do well just because it died, and on top of that, it kept focusing in front of the car rather than focusing like on the car. What I mean by in front of the car was in front of the Subaru versus focusing on the Lexus. So that wasn't that great either. I got to figure that out. I think maybe I'll have them drive behind me next time, and then the Lexus will be behind me with the camera behind me, so that the snow isn't coming onto the camera and causing the focus all crazy, and then you get to see the car. That guy's crazy, bro. He's told me that he got the Lexus to do 4th gear. So he would do, you guys will see, like he does like 1, 2, 3, and then he got 4, but we didn't get that on film because the camera died. It was sick. He had the car like just going, and we missed this too. He had the car going like just going straight, but like the front end was going straight and the rear end was out, and it was just going and just holding. But unfortunately, I didn't get that on film. The camera died, and then we did get some other stuff with some iPhone clips. I had a filmer too, so we did everything. It was pretty good. We got some sick stuff. But he told me he got into 4th gear, like just going straight, and then it would just be like going. It was pretty, like, it wasn't sketchy because the car does everything you want it to, but you gotta know what you're doing to drive that car like that. And he knew what he was doing. So like, I'm seeing him, and it looks like he cocks it, he gasses it. You'll hear in the video, like you hear the clutch and the revs, and then it kicks out, and then he would just let it eat, and it sounded good. I was watching it, and like there's so much smoke coming out the tailpipe. I know it needs valve stems. That motor needs the whole 9. I just resealed it and just sent it. It's fine. It's a JZ, so it'll take the beating. But I'm seeing all the smoke coming out from the car, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I told him to just, let it eat, so it was fine. But yeah, that thing definitely needs some love. But it did everything that it needed to do, and it performed amazingly. And I drove it a little bit. I would argue that it actually handles better than the Subaru in the snow, believe it or not. Now, obviously, it's not going to crawl out like the Subaru can. Like the Subaru could go in low speeds and crawl out of anything and pretty much drive over anything. But as far as like handling, hitting curves and stuff like that, the Lexus has it like outpaced by a long shot. Like it just does everything you want it to do. It doesn't really understeer. It just does everything you want to. I forgot how good that car handles even in the snow. So that was really, really fun. That was like a good feeling to get in that car and forget, and then get into it and realize how good it just does everything you want it to do is when it's set up. So that was cool. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I did all this driving, all this crazy stuff, right? And I finally drive home. We had shoveled my driveway. It was about like
foot now after us shoveling. So it was a foot in there, and it's still snowing. Drive in, park it, and just leave it in the corner. And I literally did all this driving, no issues, right? Then I go shovel everything. We shovel everything like 3 in the morning, and then I go to pull it out of the spot in reverse, and my bumper rips off in the driveway, bro. When I tell you it rips off, like it ripped the fog lights out, like the wiring. The harness is actually okay. Like from the past the plug is okay, so that's good. But it ripped the fog lights out. It crunched up the bumper, so like the bottom bumper's crunched up, and I think it even destroyed the fog light housings. So I'm gonna have to replace that at some point and figure that out. But other than that, the Subaru did exceptional. I literally went back out to the next day while it was still, or no, it was that night I went back out because my brother was at work. So yeah, I guess it was earlier that we shoveled, and I went and I picked him up, and because he was in his Honda and it just wasn't gonna make it. So I went over there, got him, and because actually my bumper ripped off, I had more clearance. The car drove even better. Unfortunately, I gotta figure out the bumper situation. My headlights and everything are all fine. My grill's fine, but yeah, my bumper is pretty crunched up. It's actually behind me in the driveway right now. But that is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it was a little bit crazy. I might have some other clips in here. You would have already seen them. That I got a Lexus because we're supposed to get more snow Sunday, but this is prior to that, and this is after the fact. So I'll probably post this Monday. You guys will see all of this. But yes, there may be more clips of the Lexus than I thought. But for the most part, it just wasn't that much because it just didn't make it out in the snowstorm versus the other snow. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I know this wasn't too much. I still am working on getting some other stuff going. I'm trying to put more money up to try to get more stuff rolling so that I could get more budget and do more stuff. But in the meantime, I'm still deciding. I don't know if I talked about this. I'll talk about it a little bit real quick. I don't know what I want to get next. So I'm going to get another car. I know I talked about getting an SC4. I did look at one. Unfortunately, I had too much rust for me to like it. The car was actually mint. It was a 99, and it was amazing, but it just had too much rust in the quarters, and I just didn't want to deal with it. I'm also looking for, so I really just want a clean chassis SC4 preferably, so I could get the V8. I'm not going to buy a 6-cylinder. I'm going to get SC4, because if I get a 6-cylinder, then I'm probably just going to end up getting something that's turboed already. And what I mean by that is maybe a Soarer. Yes, that's in question. Maybe a Soarer. I really don't want anything right-hand drive, but for a 1JZ that's manual, I'm not opposed to it. The other thing, this is going to throw you guys off. You might, I mean, this is like, you might understand, you might not. A Corvette, yes, possibly a Corvette. C5 or C6. The reason for that being is they're just simple. They do everything you want to do. You just buy it. It's already got everything. The only thing I'd have to do is coilovers and angle kit. And the car drives amazing. Transmission takes the beating. Power is there. Everything is there. You get an exhaust for it. The only thing I have to worry about is cooling maybe. They just do everything. They're kind of like cheater cars. And yeah, that's something else that I'm thinking about. And there was, oh, and then a Crosstrek. Yes, another Crosstrek. I'm thinking about getting another Crosstrek and doing a complete, like, pretty much rally build, or maybe like an autocross style build. But obviously I would get a manual one this time and get it really, really dialed in. And I mean, I pretty much know everything I need to know already because I did everything with this one. There's more I'd like to do to this one, but because it's not a manual, I don't want to do it. So I'm thinking maybe I get a manual one and do like a rally style or autocross build, and then it'd be sick. Or even a track car, because this car is actually relatively light for what it is. It weighs about 3,200 pounds in the manual version, and I'm thinking maybe like gut it completely, try to get it down to like 28 and see what we could do with the stock motor. I know it sounds crazy, but eventually it could be an actual rally car and toss a turbo motor in it, but then it wouldn't be ready for the road anymore, which means I wouldn't be able to take it on the road. So that's something I'm thinking about. But tell me what you guys think. You know, let me know what you guys think. C5, C6, Crosstrek, SC4. I know, a whole bunch of cars. Or Soarer. I don't really want a Soarer because I don't want to deal with right-hand drive, but Turbo 1J sound amazing. That'd be pretty sick. Or I could just turbo the Lexus, but that means I still want another car before I do that, because I still want to have a third car possibly. But I still got to do the motor in this one. I still got to refresh it. But anyways, without further ado, I will see y'all when I see y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it was a whole bunch of craziness, but we will get back at it soon. Later.